pretty ho-hum stuff from the three of them. Bokyom, 2 over for her round. Doyo, 6 over par, real tailspin. Hyejin just treading water. Par for her day, 3 under for the tournament. Can't come yet as the ultimate group still hanging about on the green. What an opportunity this will be for Kim Min-bill to try and win her sponsors event. Featured players coming into this week alongside the returning Yun Ina. And it's just a tickly little chip going down the hill for Min-bill. To carry it all the way to the hole. Can you use the slope? Oh, fabulously judged. Beautiful touch from Kim Min-bill. You got a nice round working. Those pars just consolidate your momentum. Just keep you around heading in a positive direction. By 1 as Min-bill, of course. Year 1 has a fantastic birdie opportunity upcoming here at 13 to tie the lead. Oh, can't capitalize after that. Excellent recovery. So, Yoo-hyun-jo, winner of the last major championship on the KLPGA Tour, the Star Championship at Incheon. Second shot into the raised green at 14 with a 6-iron. Needs to ease up just a touch. It's just tumble over back into the longer rough. Chang So-yi coming to the final hole in her round. She's had a solid day. Back to 2 over for the tournament, well inside the projected cut line. Short-hitters on tour. Can go with driver ST at 13. Took a big chunk out of the dog leg, and that's a solid tee shot. Sil, one of those players that carded 69 yesterday. She's a couple over for her round, having just bogeyed the 11th. Still one of only 11 players in red figures thus far in the championship. There's the tendency to get her club stuck a little behind her, which produces a couple of big blocks out to the right or a couple of snatch hooks to the left. Park Hyejin, final group on this 11th tee. She's got 6-iron to this right hole location. Trouble short, see a lot of players looking out a little bit long. Yeah, it's a good sensible shot there from Hyejin. Riding a good bit bit of confidence after her top 3 finish last week at Cheongna. It's turned into an awfully exciting young talent in the KLPGA Tour. Lee Dong-eun, major champion, who won the Korea Women's Open at Rainbow Hills back in June. Leads the tour in driving distance off the tee. So 3 wood, very much the right club for E on 12. Just looking to cover that left-hand bunker. Ideally, I'm going to be turning this shot over a fraction from right to left. Got a little stuck there. This one heading a bit right, is it? Oh, more than a bit right. Oh, it's across the cart path, and that is a real spot of bother for Lee Dong-eun. You've seen it, but she is not going to like it one bit when she gets down there. All sorts of struggles for the overnight leader, Park Do-young. 6 over for a round, only played 10 holes. Never won on the KLPGA Tour. 2 runner-up finishes on her resume, but that should make her feel a little better. Excellent tee shot there. Just inside the ball of Park Bo-kyung, who's also struggling a little today. Bo-kyung 2 over for day 2. Looks like it's just a short iron into the 13th for Sung Yoo-jin. Releases up very nicely. Good solid shot from Yoo-jin. For a birdie on the final hole, Jung So-yi. Way to end your round. Even past 72. So just inside the top 20. So back to birdie look for the group that called him up at 11. Hong Jung-min. Is that going to recover? No, just hangs left. Well played chip down to this point. Just got to tidy things up. Ooh. That is a little clumsy there from Kim. That bogey means it's a 4-way tie for the lead. Jung Min and Yewon will share the top spot with Min Byul now at 4 under par. Not that Seong Hui knows it. She gets set to play her second to the 12th. Seen a lot of balls go over the back of this green. You can hear the greens really firming up. That's a bit clever shot just out towards the center portion, not even looking at the flagstick. So Jung Min's tee shot will cross the cart path At 12, this is what happens when you just stray off the straight and narrow a little bit at Blue Heron. She's got a path back to the fairway. Nice clean line, so she'll get to the back of the ball without too much difficulty. Sort of like it caught a branch. We're walking like it's kicked back towards the fairway, has it? Where's that one ended up for Lee Dong-eun? This illustrates the importance of keeping your ball between the trees at this Blue Heron golf course. Pay a steep price if you start to get a little wayward. Well, these tee shots look dreadfully claustrophobic. She's strolling all the way across the other side of the fairway. She's played it all the way into the left rough now. That's going to make the third shot a little uncomfortable as well. Well, that pin's on the left-hand side, so I'll have no angle to work with whatsoever. Jump up a couple holes to see Yoo-hyun-jo just over the back of 14 green. Desperately quick little chip. Handled very nicely. It's just important right now that Lee Dong-eun doesn't make any more mistakes on this hole and compound the error. And knowing it's a major championship, errors will creep into players' games. You are going to make a bogey or two. But you can recover from them. It's when you start to make doubles or worse, that's when you require more than a hole to recover those shots. Make sure you play out towards, some wheeze ball. Anything past the pin on the green, about a 30-footer. Sure, take your chances with a 2-putt. What you don't want to do is get a little greedy, try and knock this one stiff. You just don't make solid enough contact. You come up short, and now you bring double bogey into the equation. This is when a good experienced caddy can really help. You just talk your player into calming down, playing the smart shot. Eyes 2 on 12, but we playing 3. In the lead with Min-bell's bogey back at 11. There's only 4 under par. The lie is okay. Should simplify the shot a little for Dong-eun, but still, like I mentioned, still got a little long, a little right of this pin. Okay, does the right thing. Past the pin, gives herself a putt. Jong-min going with driver here on 12. That feels like a pretty aggressive play. Got to make sure you turn this one over. Looks like she has. Steady on, steady on. just into the right rough. That's fine. Looking for a second major title of the season, Hong Jung-min. See from that overhead shot how you really have to be able to work your ball in both directions when you're teeing it up at Blue Heron. Bell just needs a couple of deep breaths here to refocus. Mistakes are part of the game when you're contesting a major championship. I think this is the right club for Kim. Just go with that 3-wood. Doesn't skip all the way back into the fairway. Window, but no harm done. Up to 13, and after the excellent second shot, Sung Jin finds herself with this for birdie. We saw from Yewan's putt, it does want to move a little to the player's left. Oh, it's well read. And now there's 5 players tied for the lead at 4 under par. It's awfully bunched. That first page of the leaderboard, and only midway through our second round. Here's one of them up at the 14th. EA1, the winner back in 2023 at Blue Heron. Player in the field so far this week without a bogey. And looks like she's finding the form that saw her win 3 times before the summer break. And that's good to see. 2-time player of the year, year 1. Back where she rightfully belongs, contesting for a championship in the KLPGA Tour. Back to Park Ye-jun at 11. Chance to get herself in red figures for the afternoon. Just appreciate how quick these greens are starting to get at Blue Heron, especially from that spot, the middle of the 11th green. It wasn't a bad putt, but she's got 8 feet left for par. Seung Hui, gentle right to lefter, up ahead at the 12th for her birdie. Excellent pace control there from No. It's the money list through 22 events on tour this season. Park Bo-kyum trying to steady the round a little. Was 3 over par through her first 7. She's picked up birdies at the 8th. And now at 11. So the comeback is on for Park Bo-kyum, who takes it back to 2 under. Just within 2 of the lead. Then this would be a world-class par if she can muster it at 12. Good line on that. Just a little cautious of the pace, understandable. Where that tee shot was, you'd have to say bogey was always going to be the most likely result. And Do Young for a birdie of her own in her first of the day. Okay, well done. Should settle her down a little bit. Did lose her card at the end of 2022. Went back to Q School and won the first stage before getting the 14th card. Coming back onto the KLPGA Tour. She's outside the top 70 in the money list this week, though, so needs a good result. No one doesn't have to worry about her playing status on tour. She's exempt all the way through 2028. With a lot more in this than she would have liked for her par at 11. Now that she's up to the task, really nicely rolled in for Park Hye-jun. So that's what faces the players with their second shot into this 12th green. A little above the level of the fairway, so it's a semi-blind kind of shot. You can just about see the top third of the flagstick. Also, you find the left rough like Kim Min-pil. Can't see any of the target. Skilled by that big mound on the left-hand side. Got to keep a firm grip when you're coming out of this thick rough. Don't want that club face turning over and tugging this ball left. Very fortunate there, pitch into a bit of an upslope and keeps it on that back segment of the green. So a very good shot from that position. Just downhill all the way from the tee box at 14. Seung-hui going with her driver, one of the slightly more comfortable looking tee shots for the players at Blue Heron. Hwang Min-jung, unfortunately, is a couple over par for her round today. To make a birdie today. Well, that is going to give her an excellent opportunity at the par 4. There'll be times for her as she tries to get inside the top 5 on the money list and secure her playing rights for 2026. Hwang Min-jung. First season on the KLPGA Tour. Solid finish last week at Bears Best. Jung-min missed the cut a week ago, but finds herself in a share of the lead here at the HITE JINRO. It's on a pretty aggressive line, and it's not going to stay up on that back shelf. Oh, very unlucky there for Jung-min. Live for Hyun-jo at 15. Victor Landis just short left, and let's skip on. That's okay. Managed pretty well from that spot. Day 2 coverage of the HITE JINRO Championship rolls along. It's a 5-way tie for the lead at 4 under par. yard or two from having the ball finish up on the top plateau of the green, Hong Jung Min. As a result, she's got a slow putt from the middle tier. That was a little heavy-handed from Hong. Sung Yoo-jin's tee shot on 14, just creeping into the right rough. She's got 5 iron. Got to land this front third of the green. Came up very thin and low. It's a huge target on this 14, but it came only 4 paces from the back edge. And Bill, pretty comfortable looking putt for Kim. The gradual right to lefter all the way to the cup. So working slightly downhill. Fabulous roll there from Kim Min-bill. A sweet little kick in keeps her in that 5-way tie at the top. Signature 16th hole, and Jenny Sung looking for a birdie, trying to get herself back to even par for the tournament. And she'll find one. Great birdie there for Jun. Just important now for Hong Jung Min to hone in on this putt, try and roll it in. Should stay pretty straight for her. Just a little down the hill, so you don't have to worry about this ball getting to the hole. Oh, well done. Confidently struck for Hong Jung Min. Good 2-putt. Hit at 13. So we go on the attack here. Well-placed tee shot right down the middle. She's got 9 iron. Pretty gettable hole location. Smack in the middle of the green. Just pulled that a fraction. Excellent second shot. Can't capitalize on it. Those are the putts that if you do end up losing your card at the end of the year, man, they haunt you. I'll tell you what. Wonjo 15 downhill all the way for her birdie. Around 40 feet. Play a long little bump and run here, Sung Yoo-jin. It's excellent touch. Right around 40 yards. You don't win on tour if you don't have a good short game. So often you see players, golfers, just beating balls relentlessly, especially with drivers. Yes, they're fun to hit. It's always enjoyable to be able to crack a ball a long way down there, but the importance of good wedge play and good putting cannot be overstated. She can give it a big old rip, Kimberly Gill. Such good separation between her upper and lower body. Just gets that torque. Uses a great amount of clubbing speed. And it's safely down the middle of the fairway. Up to the green, and Rose Young-Hui wasn't her best iron shot. Still pretty flat putt for birdie. Never started that on the right line. Poor read from Seung-Hui. Really nice pitch. Sung Woo Jin. Nothing more than an inside right edge putt for her part. Tidy save for Sung Woo Jin. Keeps her tied at the top. Lee Jong-un trying to get back in the right direction after her bogey at 12. This putt just wiggles a little left, right around 6 feet short of the hole, right there. Oh, read that beautifully. Great bounce back birdie for the Korean Open champion. To 16 we go. A birdie look for Hong Ji-won. Now another long one drops at the par 3. Birdie there, taking her to 2 over. You're wondering what the projected cut line is. At the moment, it's 7 over par. Going for a share of 59th at this stage, as Seung-Hui looks to just mop things up at 13. Doesn't make many mistakes from that range. Yeowon at the demanding 15th hole. She's got a nice level lie and a good angle from the left side of the fairway. That is an excellent shot. To 14, and it doesn't even need the driver. It's going at 3 wood at this par 4. It's a long time in the air for this elevated tee box.
Okay.
Do get a little extra distance. Not quite as long as Lee Dong-un, but having said that, not many are. She'll go with the big stick. She looked awfully comfortable with a couple of full swing shots today, just timing seems to be a little off. No. Stays in the fairway for the money list leader. The opportunities you've got to capitalize on. Windmill, middle of the fairway at 13. Sounded heavy. And again, very klutzy little shot from only 111 meters away. See if John can fare any better. Just a very simple looking golf swing, not many moving parts to it. Rotates really nicely through impact, doesn't have to manipulate the club face too much with her hands. Really square and stable through the impact area. She'll have the shortest of the 3 birdie putts coming up at the green, Hong Jung-min. KLPGA Tour's scoring record, 29 under par when she won Mediheal Hankook Kilbo Championship just over a month ago. Yeonju with an 8-iron at the 16th pin cut on the left-hand side of the green for today's second round. Company of Choi Min Kyung finds herself over par. Championship 2 over for today. Her only birdie coming on par 3. It's making the 5th hole. Oh, that looked good in the air. My word. There's a brand new Maserati SUV available for the first hole-in-one on 16 this weekend. Trust me, that was not far away. Now to Park Min-ji. She's had a bit of a poor afternoon at the office, but she'll comfortably make the halfway cut. Par for her round. Okay, make it just 3 over. Birdie's the last for the second day in a row. Goes into the weekend at 4 over. Hyejin putting from that middle level of the green. Got to negotiate that little rise. His 12th green. Slow to start, then really gets rapid once you get over that mound. Inbiol, a lengthy one. 13 after that clunky wedge. Now and again, you just see that from Kim Min-biol. He's a rock-solid player, but she's having a very pedestrian year. Not too many unforced errors in her game. He was having a terrific year. Tour. Her career victory, the playoff against Idayon at the Evan Masters. Top 10s this season. With a single cut missed. Judy Sung's just birdied 16. She got another here at 17. No, wasn't far off. It's the 25th edition of the HITE JINRO Championship, the season's final major on the KLPGA Tour. The defending champion, Kim Soo-ji, you have to say, highly unlikely going to be around for proceedings unless she finds a birdie on her final hole of the day. Par 4-9. She's currently at 8 over for the tournament, and we started with a 77, so the defending champ in danger of missing the cut here. Outside chance to grab the solo lead, a birdie putt on 13. Good try. Par. Hedgen. One distance. Get 11. And she'll make one again on 12. So some tidy work with the flat stick is keeping Park Hye-jin in this championship. Rookie of the year, Lee Gun-jo, having a season to remember, a sophomore season to remember. Leads the grand points list on the KLPGA. Consistent through the year, just one missed cut all season long. 97 million Korean won. Third place paycheck last week. Jo and Hong Jung-min, the billion won single season earnings club, with a number of events to go in 2025. And she'll have a birdie there. So Hyun-jo makes it a 6-pack at 4 under par. Great going this Friday afternoon from the 20-year-old. A little shaky since that clumsy miss on 11. This for par. Just infuriating maybe Kim and Bill right now. So hard to build the momentum. A couple of sloppy bogeys drop her out, share of the lead.
저 D 언덕 얘기하는 거야. 언덕 전이 40이야.
여기 어떻게 받아줘요? 다시 내려와요?
내리는데 핀까지는 안 내려와. 그러니까 왼쪽만 내려와. 가운데는 안 내려와.
중앙으로 끌 거니까.
didn't see it, but year one did 2-putt for par on the 15th. Doing her math back on the 16th tee. That's a pretty good shot from out of position back on the 15th. Sung Yoo-jin and Hong Jung-min for her par at 13. Awfully klutzy as well from Hong, so two of the players tied for the lead, both 3-putt 13. That just leaves 4 at 4 under. Seung-hui get a little separation at the top. Birdie putt on the way at 14. Just grazes the right edge of the cup. Hyerim. Good shot into the 18th hole, barring any sort of catastrophe. She should be safely through to day 3. Definitely safely through now. Beautiful shot there. A little bit left in this one. Min Bill's bogey. Bogey. Since we've joined Min Bill. Tee shot that scared the flagstick for a brief moment. Choi Min Kyung for a birdie at 60. Started out way too far right. That's a golden opportunity squandered for Choi. Koo Rae-hyun having another good week on tour. She needs it. She's 70th on the money list. So after a solid week last time out in Cheongna. 2 under for her round, and that'll be for a 69. Play her right into contention at the halfway stage. And to year one, who's just had a bit of a wait back on 16T. It's a good, sensible shot. Always the mark of a good iron player when you've got solid distance control. Pin high more often than not. Possibly seething a little after that inexcusable 3-putt on the last. Just creeps into the first cut of rough at 14. That's not the end of the world, not with a back pin. Saw this a little from Kim Min-bill yesterday. She had brilliant moments, then a bunch of sloppy ones as well. Even par for her round after those 2 drop shots. Quick pickup of the tee usually indicates that she's happy with that. Why not? As far as the left edge of the fairway. go ahead and tap this one in on the 18th. You can hear him. Nice birdie to close out a round of 74. Until this is putt for par, not for birdie, so around the 70. Just loses that a little right, but still 72-71 to start a major championship at Blue Heron. I think it's no fan at all. Heading to moving day at 1 under par. After that very nicely played shot from the left rough. That's this for birdie. The outright lead. Not a tough putt. Downhill. Moving a little off the right. Looks pretty good. Oh wow, it went back the other way on her. Wherever in the world you're watching from, welcome to Blue Heron. It's a major championship, the final major of the 2025 season, the KLPGA Tour, and don't forget, in about 3.5 hours' time, the Ryder Cup matches are going to be kicking off at Bethpage Black in Farmingdale, New York. Team Europe against Team USA. The Europeans trying to hang on to the cup they won 2 years ago at Marco Simone. The Americans trying to wrestle it back in front of what you imagine would be a raucous crowd in New York. Who's your money on? Regardless, it's going to be a fabulous 3 days of golf just outside of New York. There we go. Tree shouldn't be a bother. Just look out a little right. Bend this one back towards that left hole location. Slightly cleaner angle to the pin from the right hand side. I could have done with half a club more, but absolutely nothing wrong with that. I can't quite tell from that reverse camera angle at the green whether the tree is going to be a bother for Won Min Jung. I think she's close enough to it where she'll definitely be able to keep it under the branches, but just on the side of caution, look a little out to the right. Back at 2 over for the championship now is Huang. Started right, staying right. Now get a little help off the slope. Yep. Should come around a little bit. As it was last week in Cheongna at the Hana Financial Group Championship, it's a 1.5 billion Korean won prize purse that is being contested here at Blue Heron, and at the moment It's a four-way tie at 4 under par between Yu Hyun-jo, Sung Yoo-jin, EA1 and Ro Seong-hui. Jin. Slow one from the left-hand side of the green at 13.
Okay.
And Joe at 17. Good chance to attack here. Left half of the fairway, right hole location. Just a short iron required. Just pulled it a touch, and you find when you do pull your shots, you de-loft the club with that close club face, and it just goes a couple yards further. Still safely dancing though. Yeah, what? Rock solid this week. Only player in the field bogey-free so far in the championship. The 2023 winner of the HITE JINRO is this putt for a birdie in the outright lead. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. EA1. 4 under for her round. It's back into a familiar position here at Blue Heron. Top of the leaderboard, seeking a 4th victory of the season. She and Bang Shin-sil tied with 3 apiece so far in 2025. And tell you what, the putter of Park Hye-jin has really been going through some stress over the last couple of holes. But it is holding up beautifully. Think about the par saves she's made on 11, 12, and 13. Just to keep her at 3 under par. Those feel good, I promise you that. Sungri hit it 15 just from the left rough, but that much friendlier front right hole location. Not too much of a bother. Trying to start this at that TV tower. Bleed a little fade in off that. Just outstanding with those clubs. You never get tired of watching Seung-Hui hit her hybrids and fairway woods. Back to Min Byul with this lengthy putt from the middle of the green at 14, but it is for birdie. Great pace control of that putt. That's more like it from Min Byul. Reached the tee on 16 with 7-9. Seen a number of good shots to this dangerous hole location already. And there's another. It should have gotten a decent line read from Min Byul's putt. Hit with authority, and it's lucky the hole got in the way because that was traveling with some pace.
내려가는 거야.
I mean, that doesn't hit the hole. That could easily have rolled off the edge of the green. So a lucky, unlucky putt for Hong Jong-min. Dunman on the green at 15, but a long ways away, and she's got this big shoulder on the right-hand side to contend with as well. She's really going to sling the ball left hard, right around the midpoint of the putt. It's going to gather pace off that slope as well. It's one of those putts. You're happy to get it inside of 3 feet, take your par and head on to the next hole. hole. It's not a bad effort for Lee Dongman. At 17, and Yoo Hyun Jo with this uphill putt, working from left to right for birdie. It's a comically small little pocket where the hole's cut today on this green. That hasn't been hit quite hard enough. Yeah, a bit of a tentative effort there from you. Similarly, after that excellent hybrid in the middle of the fairway, the birdie look here at the 15th. She's got it. Oh, no, she doesn't. Just stayed straight at the end. Unlucky. It was a really good try. I said it yesterday, I said it every time we've come to Blue Heron. Hardly ever disappointed taking a 4 at this 15th hole. Seung Hui stays at 4 under. And Joe. Straight pull, saw it off the putter face. That's klutzy. Back on the tee, Jung Min. Relatively wide landing area, and optically not too intimidating. This tee shot is free to give this one a bit more of a belt should they choose. If you're in Bill, jump in, get it to 4 under par going into the weekend. Psychologically, in a pretty good space. Two of them haven't had their best stuff since making the turn. Thick rough on 17, not a great angle. Expect her to play this out well left of the flag. Yeah, she's in an aggressive mood. And that is another stunning approach shot from out of position. The reason why she's the 2-time Player of the Year in the KLPGA. Drop shot today coming on the par 5 4th. This is for a 5th birdie of the afternoon. To tie her. Near one. 5 under. Not a hard putt this. Started outside the hole. Jin sees her name back up into a share for the top spot.
안 쳐도 될 것 같아. 타워 왼쪽 끝라인 정도 떨어져서 그 왼쪽 쳐도 될까? 어? 내리막에 탄거 안 나올 것 같은데 쳐도 될 것 같아.
Further back in the fairway, the two playing partners, which also means that this is going to be a slight downhill lie for Hwang Min-jong. The ball's going to be coming in a little lower. Once again, probably one of the friendlier hole locations you're going to see on this green at 15. And up just a little left is perfectly all right. Slightly below her feet, which does promote a little bit of a fade. Puts a little cut spin on that ball. It's up to the highest point of that slope, but it's not going to get little assistance back towards the hole. Flatter lie and Min-jong, and she's looking slightly more direct line with that pin. Excellent shot. Nicely played from Hwang Jung-min. Behind the 16th tee at what the players face. Signature par 3. Jun, lengthy one for a birdie. Back on 14. And from that range, it's nicely handled. Aggressive with the start line and executed that beautifully. Tee shot. All by herself again. Brave second shot from that right rough, and she's left herself in an excellent position for birdie. You've got to keep your pace up here, or this will fall off a little right. Oh, she is certainly in a mood today. EA1 back-to-back birdies. Just 6 under par. fairly quick one on the left edge of the green. Facing Kim Min Bill here. Seeing the lag putting, the speed control has left quite a bit to be desired so far on Friday. Pace looked a little better on that one. Going to pull up a little shy. Just give her a little bit of stress. The tiddlers that she's already missed this back nine. So Yeon Jung having a pull around. See if she can rectify that over the closing 2 hole. She's got a 6-iron into the 17th. And that'll certainly help. Glorious shot there from Seoul. Hyejun, not for the first time today. Little stressy one for par. She handles that beautifully again. She's made hard work of it. And she has been very solid. Hyejun. 17. First cut her off, but the correct side of the fairway. Needs to ease up. That is going to just release onto that back segment of the green. Jumping in. So it's birdie opportunities on the 15th hole though. This is a pretty good one. You see the last part of that putt stays fairly straight. So Roh Seung Hwee's putt, a little bit closer to the front edge, looked like it was going to turn and then just stayed high. There's wiggles off low. It's a tough lead, that green. The most aggressive of tee shots for Roh Seung Hwee, but importantly again with good distance control, she's found the correct half of that green. Have a birdie putt where she doesn't have too much slope to negotiate, maybe just a little off the right, sort of gently downhill. Very nice looking line, just pulls up a couple of inches short. Solid par for Seung Hwee. a little shaky, to say the least, with this particular club in hand, Kim Young-bell. Burst onto the scene 2 years ago. He was crowned Rookie of the Year on the KLPGA Tour. To give the hole away from this point, just put a good solid stroke on it. Keep that head steady, square club face. Alright. Confidently hold for Kim. Good tee shot. And then on 16, Lee Dong-eun with the chance to battle herself back to even par for her round. Straight away, gets that one right. Frustration, trying to tread water this afternoon. Flirted with the penalty area with her second shot at the 18th. He was Han Jin-son. He has had a pretty roller coaster afternoon. Son with an eagle at the 7th, a birdie at the 9th, dropped 4 shots in her first 6 on the backside, and will have that for birdie and a level par round of 72. Saw this particular putt trip up Yoo Hyun-jo a little bit earlier on. Just need to trust to hit it firm enough up that slope before it starts to move right. And she hasn't done that. That's almost a carbon copy of Yoo Hyun-jo's putt. She'll have a fair amount of work to do for par. Certainly at 17, especially with today's hole location. Gotta keep this down the left half of the fairway. For the first time today, just ventures a little too far left. So agree. Okay, bravely hold there for Sung Yoo-jin. Just keeps it together, avoids a second bogey, and stays within 1 of year 1. Son for a round of 72. Not all 72s are created equal. It was an awfully colourful way to go around in level par for the second straight day. The driver really pinches in where she carries it. Crowd seem to like it. For good reason. Easily struck off the 17th tee. I wonder if anyone's going to drive off with that beautiful Maserati Collezione SUV by the end of this week. Seen some excellent tee shots already at the 16th. 25 years of age, 3 wins on tour, including a breakthrough major at Lakewood back in May. Didn't seem to like it, but absolutely nothing wrong with that tee shot for John Min. Aggressive do you want to be to this front left pin if you're Kim Min Byul? It's got 8 iron. Okay, just got to be so precise with your contact here. Short is trouble, left definitely trouble. It's left, but it will just stay above penalty area line. It's away with a squirrely one. Byul. Slightly out of position at this 18. Flying the rough ball below her feet, front hole location. Don't get too greedy here. A little pass if you're going to err on the side of caution. Pretty much all she could do from that line. Give herself a putt at it. Some movement at the left rough. I think just pitch this about 20 feet onto the green. Give yourself a putt for pin high, much better than being sort of long left where we've seen a couple of players already today. Excellent judge. Is it gonna settle down? Settle down. Alright, keeps it on that little shelf. Excellent shot from there for no. Choi Min Kyung. Shot coming from the fairway at the last. Much better shot. Do anything crazy here. John. Pin high right will do. Took a brave line and she's pulled that off nicely. Watch the pace here. The back of this green at 18. 15 feet of this putt, all straight downhill. How's this for a line? How's this for an effort for Yoo Hyun Jo? Superb putt. Brush that one in. Round of 2 under par 70. That leaves her nicely placed for the second week in a row. Jun. And the great putting exhibition has made its way to the 15th green, where she will have another long par-saving putt to come. She has not made it easy on herself this back nine. Pretty low-flighted shot there. Well, I thought she was going to throw the club face open a little more, try and play it with a touch more elevation. Great third shot into the 18th hole. Showing Kim with a putt for birdie. Into the weekend at 1 over. I started that one high enough. Poor there for Troy. All in all, not terrible. The par leaves her just outside the top 20. Halfway stage. And then another great opportunity here. This one a little down the hill. Turn 2 of the hard charging year 1. Added expectation, therefore a little extra pressure. Team it up with your main sponsors event like Kim and Bill is this week. Just wondering that pressure is starting to force her into a couple of clumsy mistakes. Only made 4 bogeys today with Bill, racing all the good work she did in her first 10 holes. Just to avoid the over par for the second round. Bill, one stage at the outright lead, now goes back to 2 under and is 4 adrift of EA1. She's found her way up to the 18th hole and is in good position to perhaps find one final birdie today. She's blemish-free all championship long. She's had a great day at the office with 5 unanswered birdies. It wouldn't surprise me one bit to see this one stuck in close. The reigning player of the year. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I want to have that putt for the lower round of the week. Thus far, anyway. 2023 champion. For a second title here at Blue Heron in 3 years. Now back to HITE Jin. How many of these putts can she continue to make for par, this back nine? Oh, there's another. It's been some putting display for Park HITE Jin. That club is keeping her in the conversation. There are a lot of golf to play at Blue Heron this week. A lot of quality on that top page of the leaderboard. Look at the amount of break that Oh Seung-hui is allowing for here at 17. Can she match up the speed correctly? It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Oh, just tickles off low. John could do with this birdie on 16, finds herself 3 over. Just can't get it to go. Such a helpless feeling. You hit a good putt. Time and time again, it just doesn't drop. Well, keeping things in a fairly relaxed mood in this final group. We've had quite a bit of waiting to do all afternoon long. So Min looked to clean this one up for her par down on the green. Put the shine on an excellent day at the office. Just going to drift a little low, but it is a superb round of golf from a world-class player. Another bogey-free effort. 67 sees year one. Into the weekend at 6 under par. I have to say she's pretty much locked up a spot in the final group tomorrow. Hasn't been there for a while. Certainly not with the regularity that she was contending in the early half of the year. Final group set to tee it up here on the 16th. HITE Jin will lead us away. 2 bogeys and 2 birdies in her Friday round. See her even par. 3 under for the tournament. Shot there. High. Also gutted it out after a pretty slow start. Just 2 over for the day. One of only 9 players on the par at this stage of the tournament. Beautifully played tee shot from Bo Kyom. Go up to the 18th hole, the final hole in the round of Ro Seong Hui. It's 1 under for the second round and currently sitting in solo third.
오픈가?
Can we guess where that ball's ended up from somebody's facial expression? So that's probably the fairway. Now Go Ji-yu, two-time winner on tour. Birdie putt on the closing hole. Yeah, nice way to end the day there for Go Ji-yu. Despite a round of 75, she'll see more action for the week at Blue Heron. Little sister Go Ji-won, round of 73 today. Into the weekend, 2 over and a show of 23rd. And Jungmin on 17. Day at the office for these ladies. They teed off just around 11 o'clock local time here in South Korea. It's been almost 6 hours to get to this point in their rounds. It's kind of been hanging around there at 1 over par. Chance to end the first 36 holes at even. So jump into a nice birdie back on 17. Another birdie finish. Getting a solid wedge into the last though. Qualifies. Two excellent shots there from Gayon and Jung. So Sung Hee Jin can complete the hat trick. She's got the shortest of the 3 approach shots in this group. Fabulous approaches from this threesome. Eugene a chance to tie year 1 atop the leaderboard at 6 under. Nice angle for Min Byung. Finds herself back at 2 under, having been 5 under par through 10 holes. Should stay up. Yeah, that leaves her pretty much a straight uphill look from there. That's more like it from Kim. Jungmin would love to following her playing partner. Started on a good line. Just a touch left, but should hold up. Yeah, pretty solid as well from Hong. Pretty tight at the top of the leaderboard at this stage of the championship. Yewon leads on 6 under. Eugene with a putt coming up for birdie on the last. Certainly making her way up the 18th. Hyun Jo already in the clubhouse at 3 under par. Park Hye-jun will have the shortest par putt that she's faced all back 9 long. There on the 16th to keep her in a share of 4th with Hyun Jo and Hong Jung-min. Left to play for this year's Lotte Open champion. Up to the last we go with Lee Ga-yeong. And had a birdie. Yep, very nicely holed for Lee Ga-yeong. Now a 3-time winner on the KLPGA Tour. Rounded 73 today. Just inside of the top 10 at even par. Inside tournament invitation. Yoon Ina, who bounced back nicely from the 75 yesterday with a 69 today to get back into the title picture. Just up against the collar of rough is Roh Seung-hui on 18. Shouldn't be too much of a bother. He's getting home in 2 on this par 5. Just snuggling into the left rough. Had a fair share of struggles today. Park Do-young 7 over par for her round. 2 runner-up finishes in the KLPGA Tour. It's just inside the top 80 of the money list, so a huge week coming up for Park. Might win enough cash to move inside that magic top 65 number. This putt should just be a right edge putt, nothing more than that. I just don't see it moving back towards the hole. Yes, well read and nicely holed. That's 2 birdies in this group on 18. Let's finish with the round for So Yeon Jung. Yup. 2 under. Okay, bold tee shot, nicely holed putt. Just hanging around. Right, we make it a hat trick of birdies on 18. And make it time for the lead. Yes, we can. Great finish to the round for Sung Yoo-jin. Round in 67. We have co-leaders at the 25th HITE JINRO Championship again. Year one's 6 under par, 36 hole total, has been matched by none other than the returning Sung Yoo-jin. It's 11 birdies between the pair of them, with only 1 drop shot. Some fantastic scoring from your co-leaders. 17th green, find Hong Jung-min trying to inch a little closer to the 2 at the top. This is a good spot to be putting from for birdie. Right around pin high, gives you a straight uphill putt. Just got to hit it hard enough, or this one will fall off to the right. Just like that. Unfortunately, back at even par for the championship. For bogey on the 17th. It's just 9 players in red figures. That's more like it though. Three ladies who have won major championships this year domestically in the KLPGA Tour, all running inside the top 10 in the final major of the year. This will just settle Kim Min Pearl down a little bit after a pretty poor passage of play over the last hour and a half. Just a left edge putt with good committed speed. Oh, it's such a good putt there. And it's been that kind of back nine for Min Pearl. It's that little miss at the 11 just has not looked comfortable over the flat stick. Looks like a pretty heavy line for Hui. The team don't want to bring the trouble short of this green into the equation, so I expect this one to be played out a little long. It came out soft, but she'll get away with it. Trust me, she wasn't trying to pitch it there. She'll get away with a bit of a poor one there on the last, and actually give herself a bit of a decent birdie look. So 2 tied at 6 under par. Ye Won and Sung Yujin. Seung Hui with a chance to get within 1 coming up on the 18th. Just a bit of an uncomfortable looking tee shot the players face on 18. Really just a little clump of trees on the right, forcing you left. Gotta hit a cut off this tee. Overcut, there's some trouble down the right hand side of this hole. Doesn't seem too bothered. That one's ended up. And her day with a birdie. She's got it just in the right lip. Fabulous finish there from the lady who tops the money list. She's going to be in that final group tomorrow afternoon. What a powerhouse threesome that is. Yeon Seung-hui and Sung Yoo-jin. Final group of the day, and hands down the best player in this group has been Park Hye-jun, who's keeping her round together with some very solid putting. Gonna stay up on that plateau, just wiggles a little left, but not bad. Victory here at the HITE JINRO Championship lands you a 5-year exemption from the KLPGA Tour. Bang Jin-sil, who's just been sliding down the leaderboard, a couple of bogeys today. Going to find a birdie on the last, so backs up her opening 69 with a 75 on Friday, leaving her at even par through 2 rounds. Well, he's at the far left edge of the tee box. Seen a number of players do that already this week. Your ball has to be within the teeing area. You can be standing outside of it, no worries whatsoever. Misconception that you have to be standing on the teeing ground as well. So, it's just the ball. In the green, and then end her day with a birdie. Now that'll make dinner taste a little better. It was a hard day's work for Lee Dong-eun. 4th birdie of the day sees her into Saturday action at 1 under. Weather this year has been so much better than in seasons past. Remember when they won victorious in 2023, it was absolutely freezing. The ball wasn't going anywhere. It was a little rainy as well. It was rather miserable, but a touch warmer in 2025. Her really looking resplendent in this autumn sunshine. Minbill, only place you can't go is out to the right. This layup, it's a tiny little sliver of fairway you're aiming into. Start at left. Is it cutting? It just grabs a piece of the fairway. Thickish lie. Again, if you find the right rough here, you're almost forced to aim away from the penalty area, so not a bad thing for Hong Jung-min. You now just try to get that ball back into the short grass before she plays. It's her playing partner Hwang Min-jung, who's had nothing going today. Kiom after that great birdie on 16. A chance to pick up another on 17. Decent effort. Out towards the left edge of the fairway. Nothing crazy here, gentlemen. A low bullet that's going to go chasing along. What you need it to do. Back in play. Better looks over the last couple of holes, Park Hye-jin. Maybe that's a product of the green slowing down a little as they do as play goes on. Par in the row since making the turn. She's keeping herself in this tournament very nicely, Park. Camera angle really doesn't do the shot into this 18th green justice. It looks very innocuous, the amount of elevation what the players deal with. It's a pretty steep upslope all the way to the hole, and players know that there's that creek short of the green. They have to have full faith and trust in the number for this target. Beautiful. Have a chance to salvage what's been a bit of a poor back nine. Kiom back on the tee. Birdie this hole towards the end of her round yesterday. A great day of golf here at Blue Heron, and we're only halfway through this year's HITE JINRO Championship. A quality leaderboard will take us into the second half of this championship. Cut right looks like it's going to fall at 7 over par. Which is bad news for the likes of Shin Dae-in, the defending champion, Kim Soo-ji, Park Hye-jin. Battle bravely all the way to the end of the last major championship. She's going to miss out on the weekend as well. Kim Min-sol, after her fireworks and 72nd hole eagle victory BC Card Hunkin Ladies Cup. She will miss the halfway cut as well. Third shot up into the last, and that just goes a little deep, but you can understand a little more defensive into that front pin. Give herself a birdie opportunity like her two playing partners as the penultimate group make their way up to this iconic 18th green at Blue Heron. And for the overnight leader, Park Do-young, she's just dropped another shot.
Sure.
I think 3 over par. Matching up to the birdie on the 11th hole. The over for her round today is Park. We're going to be on air a little bit earlier. Saturday and Sunday coverage of the HITE JINRO Championship. Coverage will start at 1 p.m. local time here in South Korea, all the way through to the completion of play. With 68 players looking to safely make the cut. Should be okay for timing wise. See if Hong Jung-min has one final birdie in her. This would get her up to 4 under. And 2 of the co-leaders. He hasn't made anything through this back match. He's had a couple of really good putts that have scared the hole. Maybe the golf course owes her one. Also just wandering off a fraction left. It's a round that promised a little more. Doubled her opening hole. 2 pretty good birdies after that, and then just sort of fizzled out over the last 8 holes. Round in 72. She's still there. She's capable of making a birdie or 2. For Park Do-young, it's been a big old struggle for the overnight leader. 2-shot advantage starting the day. Some poor golf from her and some excellent golf from Sung Yoo-jin in EA1. Leaves her 9 back as she plays this second into the par 5 18. Jump. Birdie. Just working downhill and just a little to her left. Hasn't hit that hard enough. Nowhere near committed enough to that line. Disappointing. Number 78 today for Huang. Also going with a hybrid, just trying to find that skinny little layup area. low. Really weak effort then. Not sure how much daylight we've got left here at Blue Heron, but I suspect it remains. Well, she's going to be spending all her time on that practice putting green, trying to iron out some kinks. Still in the par through 2 rounds here, still very much in the hunt for glory at the HITE JINRO Championship. Be wary with this layup when you're coming from the left rough, because it angles you towards the trouble on the right. But she's handled that quite nicely, Park Hye-jin. Winner's circle for the very first time in her career. Start of July at the Lotte Open, challenged for a wire-to-wire victory last week at the Hana Financial Group Championship. Jin in the mix again. KLPGA Tour. Park she blew hot and cold. Bears best in Cheongna. Excellent moments through the first couple of days, they just fell away as we got into the weekend stages. Of course, there's Park Tae-yeon, who would have had high hopes after that excellent round of 67 on day one, but struggles on Friday have been plentiful. She's played her way out of the title picture, 8 over par. 17 holes, 3 over for the tournament. But she would end with a positive note if she can somehow craft a good birdie look here at the par 5. And she'll do just that. Good shot there for Park Tae-yeon. Trying to take some positives out of today's round. From the left edge of the fairway. It's uphill lie, so a launch pad for this one. Coming in high and fairly soft as well. Too far, maybe a little too conservative there for Okion. Hasn't been too much breeze out around Blue Heron over these first 2 days. Ball for Hye-jin sitting down a fraction. Nothing to spin off the field. Play up into the screen. Good sensible shot, just a little long. You want to mess around with the front fringe. Kiom. First to putt for birdie on this final hole. Three-time winner on the KLPGA Tour, this 27-year-old. Season opening event on the 2025 schedule. KLPGA Tour visited Canyon Golf Club in Phuket, Thailand. It's been a little rough since the second half of the season kicked off. His best finish since the summer break was a tie for 12th at the Aurora World Ladies Championship. That was the first event back after the little break. There's 3 cuts in a row. The Sandasu Masters to the KGE Daily Ladies Open. It was a real non-factor last weekend. The Hana Financial Group Championship. That's at 79.81 on the weekend. Popping up the pile at 63rd. Downhill a fraction of the park and then just peeling off a little to the left. Pretty solid. So just going to be a par, and after the difficult start to the Friday round, to go into day 3 at 2 under par. Not the end of the world there for par. This birdie, if it drops, will get Park Hye-jun into the penultimate group tomorrow. Even if your 2-putt is going to be in the penultimate group, excuse me. It needs to go, it needs to go. Didn't learn anything off the out of Park Ho-kiom. Come on, Do Young. Just roll it in. Give yourself a little something to cheer about. It's been a frustrating day. To start this outside the hole, just got to be firm with your pace. Okay, well done. Difficult day comes to an end with a closing birdie. 12 shots worse off than she was on Thursday. It'll be just her 13th cut made this season. An important one in the 1.5 billion Korean won event. To work for a number of pars on this back nine. This will be easier. Cuts she's had. Inside right lip. Okay, safely in. 9 straight pars to close out a round of 72 for Park Hye-jin. Finds herself chasing a second victory of the season for the second week in a row. So as the dust settles on second round play here at the HITE JINRO Championship, we'll look back at some of the best shots of the day, starting with EA1, who birdied her second hole. Made a couple of pars and then a great birdie there at 9, taking her to the turn in 2 under par 34. Meanwhile, while that was happening at the 7th, Park Hye-jin got to red figures for the first time on Friday with that birdie on 7. And then at the 10th, the reigning star champion, Yoo Hyun-jo, was 2 under par at that point. Into 3 under for her round with that birdie. Hong Jung-min would also find a 4 at the par 5. After a double bogey on her opening hole, got herself under par for her second round. And at the 12th, Hyun-jo would just start to miss a couple of tiddlers. That was for par, leading to her first drop shot of the day. Back at the 11th, Sung Yoo-jin was starting to make a bit of a move. The third birdie of the round came at the downhill par 3. She would go on to collect another at the 13th after this excellent 8-iron from the middle of the fairway. Beautifully judged, hit her number, gave herself a pretty simple putt. At the 16th hole, we saw some vital birdies towards the end of the round. First from EA1. And then from Sung Yoo-jin, set up by this excellent tee shot at the signature hole here at Blue Heron. One would then take it to 6 under par after this magnificent shot. Out of position from the right rough, no angle to work with. She showed us why she's a 2-time player of the year on the KLPGA Tour. A 5th and final birdie in her round of 67. The only lady bogey-free through 2 days here at Blue Heron. And on the final hole, she had a chance to post a 66. Wasn't quite to be, but certainly going to start the weekend as the favorite, given her pedigree and championship winning experience over her last 3 seasons on tour. Sung Yoo-jin is going to be right there with her. Great response to Yewon's birdie in the group ahead. Nicely played wedge shot. And very nicely rolled in putt for a matching 67. Yoo-jin and Yewon lead going into the weekend. Oh Seung-hui is going to be just 1 shot back. The lady who tops the money list with a closing birdie. A round of 70. It's going to be a final 3-ball tomorrow afternoon. Can't wait for that. Should be an absolute cracker. Yewon and Yoo-jin lead at the halfway mark. Join us tomorrow for more action here at Blue Heron for the 25th HITE JINRO Championship. Until then, have a lovely evening. Go Europe in the Ryder Cup. Enjoy the action from Bethpage in an hour or two's time. And we'll see you tomorrow on the KLPGA Tour. Goodbye for now.